Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see how to subtract decimals uh, involving more than two decimal numbers. So let us take an example. Let us say this is our example. We want to subtract 3.18 minus 5.72 minus 6.4. Let's say this is what we have. And to be able to explain the solution, we will break it down into these different steps. Step number one. In here, we're going to first look at, we'll follow the order of operations rule. We talked about the PEMDAS process in our other presentations, PEMDAS. This, what this means is we're going to open up the parentheses, we're going to expand the exponents, then we're going to perform the multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction from left of the equation to the right of the equation. So if we were to follow the order of operations, we begin by adding the two decimal numbers. So when we have two negative numbers, those will add up to, when we add two negative numbers, the result is going to be a negative value. So therefore we're going to take as in this process here, 5.72 is a negative number, and then 6.4 is also a negative number. So since both of them are negative, the result is going to be negative. So we're going to add them up, and then we're going to do the subtraction process in our next step. So I'll show you that in just a minute. But to get this one going, so 5.72, we're going to add these two, plus 6.4 or 6.40 means exactly the same. So we are matching up the decimal numbers one below the other, and then we are writing these numbers. The reason we filled it up with 0 is because we want to make sure that we are adding the numbers in the correct place value. So 2 plus 0 is 0, then 7 plus 4 is 11, 1 and carry 1 there, and then 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 6 is 12. So 12.10 is what we have here. And now in step 2, we can come back and then write this as 3.18 minus 12.10, and that is what we have. This is the way we want to understand this process. Now 3.18 is a positive number, and then 12.10 is a negative number. So the result, since 12.10 is a larger value, negative number when compared to 3.18, we're going to perform the subtraction as if we're performing whole numbers, right? So we'll take 12.10 and then we'll subtract 3.18 from here, and then we can write this as 12.10 and then minus 03.13. So we're just lining up the columns. Now we want to perform the subtraction, and then we'll put a negative sign in after we arrive at the answer. 0 is less than 8, so we borrow 1, so this becomes 10. 0 plus 10 will be 10. 10 minus 8 is 2, so this becomes 0. So then we borrow 1 from the next place value, so this becomes 1, and then this becomes 10. So 10 minus 1 will be equal to 9, and then since 1 is less than 3 and there is no more numbers to borrow from, we're going to have this number as 11. 11 minus 3 is going to be equal to 8, and that is all we have. So therefore we can write this one as 8.92. Since 3.81 was a lesser positive value when compared to 12.10, which is a negative value, so therefore the answer is going to be equal to the answer is going to be equal to a negative value, and therefore in step 3 we can write this one as the answer now therefore is equal to negative 8.92. So when we subtract 5.72 and 6.4 from 3.18, the result is going to be equal to negative 8.92. In my next presentation, we shall see how to perform multiplication with decimals.